Welcome to Glasgow, welcome to the arena, welcome to artistic gymnastics at the Commonwealth Games. It's a great pleasure to have your company for what is going to be a magnificent session of live sports from a lively city. This is what's coming up over the next little while, the women's all-around final in artistic gymnastics at the Commonwealth Games. The top 18 eligible performers from the qualification process, with a restriction of the top 2 gymnasts from each Commonwealth member association. They have now made it to this grand stage. 4 rotations, they will perform on each apparatus. Good luck to them. And how amazing that we have got the champions from the last 2 editions of the Commonwealth Games here, and they're going head to head. The arena in Glasgow and the Commonwealth Games, the women's all-around final in artistic gymnastics.
Please welcome the finalists.
Here are the 18 who've made it through.
Starting on vault.
The gymnasts will be divided into 2 groups, and this is the group of the top 9 performers to make it through. Brianna Scott of Australia, 3rd best in qualification, part of the team that won gold yesterday. The reigning British all-around champion, Wales's Ruby Evans, the first Welsh gymnast to win an individual medal at the World Championships.
Please welcome Ellie Black.
Ellie Black, Order of Canada, the top performer in qualification and the all-around champion at the Gold Coast Games of 2018. From a Welsh team that performed fantastically yesterday, Emily Roper, all-around silver medalist at the Welsh Championships this year.
Representing Singapore, Amanda Yap.
The reigning all-around champion of Singapore, Amanda Yap, the first ever Singaporean gymnast to make a World Championship final.
Representing England, Shantaeve Amankwa.
Shantaeve Amankwa, 8th best performer in qualification, the all-around bronze medalist at the British Championships.
Abigail Martin.
England's Abby Martin, the reigning English all-around champion and a World Championship medalist last year.
Representing Canada, Monica Bonte.
Vault silver medalist at the World Championships last year, and the Pan-American Championship all-around silver medalist as well, Monica Fontaine of Canada.
Champion Georgia Godwin.
Here is the reigning Commonwealth Games all-around champion, Australia's Georgia Godwin.
And starting on the uneven bars,
Now the gymnasts who will start on the uneven bars. The
Delmi Bari.
first to come out, Delmi Durries of South Africa,
Representing
medalist from the
Scotland,
African Championships.
Crystal
Crystal
Lake.
Lake of Scotland, a medalist at the Northern European Championships and an all-round finalist at the World University Games. How special this is for Naveen Durries, the best performer ever in the all-around competition for South Africa in this event at the Games, and she's joined by her sister Zelmi. Alina Tan of Singapore, silver medalist in the all-around competition at the National Championships this year. Philippa Buzatil of Malta, all-around bronze medalist from the Games of the Small States of Europe last year. Ellie Cheetham of Scotland, the reigning all-around champion of her country.
Representing Malaysia, Cadence TCG.
Cadence Tae-Chi, the Malaysia Games all-around champion. Her teammate, Southeast Asian Games gold medalist in Yap Kun Chien.
Finally, representing New Zealand, Courtney McGregor.
The all-round champion of New Zealand, Courtney McGregor.
Glasgow, let's hear it one more time.
Welcome
for
to them
our
all,
gymnasts in the
and
women's
congratulations to them all.
all-around
They have
final.
made it to this huge occasion. It really is an incredible accomplishment. So, we will have two groups of gymnasts. These are the athletes who will start on the uneven bars. 4 rotations, because there are 4 apparatus in women's artistic gymnastics. And we're going to have a split warm-up system. So, we'll get 5 gymnasts performing, then a warm-up break, then 4 gymnasts performing. So, each rotation will be divided into 2 halves, effectively. The top performers in qualification will start at the vaulting table. It is there that we have got the last 2 Commonwealth Games all-around champions. Wonderful to have their company, wonderful to have your company. I'm Ollie Hogben, and I am delighted to be joined, as ever, by Blythe Lawrence. Blythe, there seems to be one really key story to start with, and that is the longevity of artistic gymnastics in the modern era.
Amongst the top qualifiers here, we have, as you mentioned, the last 2 all-around champions at the Commonwealth Games in Canada's Ellie Black and Georgia Godwin, who won 4 years ago in Birmingham. Both of them are in their late 20s. Both of them have had incredibly full gymnastics careers. Both of them have overcome their fair share of adversity and then some. And both of them in the qualification looked fantastic. Absolutely at the top of their capabilities. The top qualifier today is Ellie Black. Georgia Godwin, who is returning from an Achilles tear 2 years ago, was the 4th strongest.
Yes, it is absolutely glorious. 30-year-old Ellie Black and 28-year-old Georgia Godwin, they have inspired each other to continue with this sport.
When Georgia Godwin, in particular, was coming back and doing the rehabilitation for her Achilles tendon, she was actually wondering if, being her age, she had maybe outlived her potential as a competitor. She wondered if she should just retire, and she thought about the people who might be able to relate, and so she reached out to Ellie Black and said, essentially, should I keep going? And Black responded, absolutely. Don't listen to what anybody else says. Do what pleases you. Do your gymnastics. And Godwin took that to heart, and she credits Ellie Black as the reason that she is here today.
We have so many other contenders as well, and there is one of them.
This could be a huge night for Wales. Ruby Evans, the reigning British champion, the first Welsh gymnast to win a medal at the World Championships. She did that on floor exercise in Jakarta last autumn. She has been terrific here as well. She went through a very clean program in the qualifications, and she is the best in the field on vault.
And these are the top 18 gymnasts who qualified 2 days ago. And
Welsh team watching on. And the Welsh team have come very close to the podium. She has really developed incredibly as a gymnast over the last couple of years.
And from an all-around standpoint here, she is going to start on a strength, and she is going to end on floor exercise, which is also a potentially enormous scoring event for her.
So, as a result, the Welsh are optimistic. We've got many other contenders. We've got gymnasts like Brianna Scott of Australia, who is their 2-time consecutive all-around champion. She looked magnificent in the qualification phase, but everyone is in with a chance. There's Amanda Yap, the history-making Singaporean.
Amanda the Yap who qualified for the balance beam final at the World Championships in Jakarta, the first Singaporean woman to be in a world final. She's very strong on balance beam and also on floor exercise.
It is time for us to discover the destination of the Commonwealth Games Women's All-Around title. It's going to take a while, and it's going to be fascinating to watch every moment of it. Here we go. The first rotation. Brianna Scott of Australia. Great place to start because she was fantastic in the qualifying process. Part of the Australian team that won gold.
And a gymnast of quite impeccable execution. We might not see her near the top of the leaderboard after this apparatus, and the reason is because the difficulty credited to the Yurchenko full vault that she just performed is low compared to some of what we are going to see from other competitors.
That's where it's good to just do a little housekeeping. All 4 scores added together, nothing can be discarded. This is Zelmi Daris of South Africa. She has come in as a late replacement for her teammate Caitlin Roosevelt. She joins her own sister Naveen. Good luck to the Daris family.
She begins with a Maloney straight to a Ginger release move once she's reached the high bar. Nicely done. And a blind turn to a lovely Pike Jaeger. The biggest thing on uneven bars is not to stop your swing. The routine has to be completely fluid. This is a really nice beginning for her.
Excellent. She's come in very late in the day and she's performed superbly with that first exercise. She got 11.85 in qualification, and we will refer to the qualification marks just as a guide, even though it's a 0 start. Brianna Scott gets 13.1, and that is over a quarter of a mark better than qualification, so well done to her. Just in case you need a reminder of it, it's difficulty plus execution that makes a single score for a gymnastics routine. Difficulty starts from 0, works upwards, execution starts from 10, works down. Here's Ruby Evans, who's looking to work her way up to the top.
Double twisting Yurchenko and wonderfully performed.
Now here's an interesting point of comparison on the difficulty. That is a whole twist further than the vault we just saw from Scott.
That's right, and it is 0.8 of a point in difficulty more. A big advantage potentially for Ruby Evans. The execution of this is going to be really good too.
This absolutely will put her right up there at the start. Ruby Evans, super vault. Oh, well done to Zelmidaris. 12.6, so she has gained over half a mark from qualification in her first exercise. Christelle Lake from Scotland, the reigning Scottish champion on this apparatus. Good luck to her, big moment.
She had difficulties on the uneven bars in the qualification, but clean slate today and a new opportunity for her and for Scotland. She's really capable of great execution, and her difficulty tariff is very good as well when she hits the routine. There's the ubiquitous Maloney to Ginger, a combination a lot of gymnasts are using because there is an extra 10th of bonus implicated. Double front dismount.
Very interesting. She was the 13th best performer overall in qualification. But if there's somebody who might break away and move up the standings, it's her, because she can score much higher. 14.1. That's better by 0.05 in qualification for Ruby Evans. Now this is Ellie Black, the all-around gold medalist from 2018.
She's going to show us a Sukahara with 1.5 twists, and she can nail the landing. This is amongst the hardest vaults that we will see in the competition, the difficulty associated with it, 4.8. So just a couple tenths below the double twisting Yurchenko that we saw from Ruby Evans. She has tremendous attack on this vault, but such control as well when it comes to the landing. The Sukahara, a half twist onto the table, and then a backflip with 1.5 twists on what they call the second flight. All of that in a blind landing. She doesn't see the ground before her feet touch.
It is at 13.25 for Lake. That is a massive improvement of over 1.5 marks from qualifying. Naveen Daries of South Africa, right after her younger sister has performed.
Maloney transitions straight to the Ginger. She needs to finish these pirouettes at or very near a straight handstand. Just a little shy on that cast before the bail, but a good, strong toe hack to the high bar. And just a simple layup dismount, playing it a little bit safe. But there's strategy associated in that as well. Perhaps she does not want to take the risk of having a fall in a major deduction.
Ellie Black, 13.85. That is virtually the same as qualification, just a tenth down. Now to Emily Roper.
And she is indicating that she will do a full twisting Yurchenko. Wonderful control on the landing. Really light as a feather as she touches down. The Yurchenko style vaults in the layout position. The gymnast has to maintain that straight body position all the way through. She does a really good job of that, as well as keeping her legs completely straight, glued together, the toes pointed. And she comes up with a really good landing. This vault, a real study in controlled vaulting.
There's always a Roper somewhere. Abby watching Emily. And 13.3, so 2 tenths up from qualifying, and 9.1 for execution. Great score. Amanda Yap of Singapore.
We're going to get a full twisting Yurchenko from her as well. Very pretty in the air.
She said after making the World Championship final on beam, if I can go through all of that, because she had her school examinations to do at the same time, maybe I'm still capable of doing things I might not have thought are achievable. Boosting confidence. 12.6 for Naveen Daries. So that's up from qualification. Lina Tan of Singapore. She won the Singapore Open last year.
She has a very fluid swing and one of the very best Ginger release moves in the world. Impeccable flight so far from Elena Tan. And she's overbalanced that handstand slightly, but she pulls it back. That will just be a small deduction.
And this introduces us to one of the most important principles of an all-around final, which is that it is not so much about what you lose as what you save, and that was a super save from her.
The paramount thing tonight, as it always is, but especially right now, is just not to come off the apparatus.
13 for Amanda Yap. She gains 3/10 from qualification with an 8.8 execution score.
Accompanying her, a familiar face, the New Zealand Olympian Georgia Rose Brown, who competed in Paris in 2024.
Yes, now a well-regarded coach.
Her dismount, a simple one, but done in combination with one of the requisite skills on uneven bars, the full turn.
I was like,
Such an exciting occasion for these gymnasts to make it to the all-around final at the Commonwealth Games. And Singapore has got a young and impressive squad. Both of their athletes in this final, 17. They brought just one gymnast who'd been to the Games before. Yes, she should be really pleased with that. 11, that's 8/10 better than qualification. Only a 3.4 difficulty, but she's made the most of that with a strong execution evaluation. Across the Commonwealth, there are gymnasts who are really starting to make a name for themselves and for their nations. Malta's Filippa Busutil. She's been a World Cup finalist, part of the Maltese team that won gold at the Games of the Small States of Europe last year.
And she is incredibly promising. She begins with a combination of two skills, showing flight, the Maloney, and then a pack salto down to the low bar. Her release skill, a Ginger. Clear hip circle, blind transition into front giants. And a clear hip with full turn that fulfills that full turn requirement. And then a layout dismount.
Filippa Busutil has been living and training in Italy for a couple of years, competing in the Italian top flight. Got a very competitive league system. That's really helped her. And keep an eye on Sophie St. John, who is one of her teammates, who's a few years younger.
All three of the Maltese athletes made a very big impression in the team competition.
Yes, they were the early pace setters.
And a very competitive skill level displayed here.
Filippa Busutil won the uneven bars title at last year's national championships, which took place in Pembroke, which is where the national training centre is in the east of Malta. So much joy for Scotland earlier on, winning the gold medal in the men's all-around competition. First time ever that a Scottish gymnast has done that.
under 18 Miami, that's the end.
You're watching Glasgow 2026 and the women's all-around final with Ruby Evans at the moment in first place. But we have the split warm-up system in operation, so It takes 2 goes, if you will, to go through each rotation. I'll explain more about that in a moment. 9.75 for Philippa Uzutil. We're now in the second half of the first rotation. So that means that we've had scores registered for 10 of the gymnasts, but we've got 8 more gymnasts to register a score. So they get a little warm-up time, and then they will compete, and then we'll have a full leaderboard at the 1/4 mark. But what we do know is that Ruby Evans, Blythe, delivered a super vault.
A beautiful double twisting Yurchenko, as she typically does. One wonders about how Wales's 4th place finish in the team competition has affected her. They were ever so close to winning a team medal, and perhaps it has fired her up, motivated her even further to go out here and smash it tonight.
And on the subject of that Welsh 4th place finish, the gymnast who delivered the crucial performance for Team England that got them secure in 3rd place was Abby Martin, and she did it on floor where she won the bronze medal at the last World Championships. She could really contend.
She's exceptionally good on vault and floor exercise. Now, in the team competition, she had costly mistakes on both uneven bars and balance beam. So in the qualification for all-around, she was only 7th. However, if she goes through cleanly all 4 apparatus tonight, she could be amongst the very top gymnasts here.
There are so many what-ifs in the early stages of an all-around competition, and one of the most exciting things is seeing all of those hypotheses become concrete as we go through and possibilities start to narrow or open up. Canada has this amazing group of young gymnasts. They're under the guidance of Ellie Black, who's joked that she feels almost a bit like the mother hen of the team. On the subject of super young gymnasts, Shantay Eva-Mankwa from Bristol in England, a Commonwealth Games debut, 8th best in qualifying.
Let's see if she can control the landing of this full twisting Yurchenko. That was the big thing for her with this vault in the qualification. Much better today.
Yes, let's look back at the landing of this vault.
She's only going to incur a small deduction for what is a very minuscule hop, maybe a 1/10 of a point.
Second half of rotation number 1. So these are the gymnasts starting on the uneven bars. They'll then go to beam, then to floor, and finish on vault. Every one of these gymnasts has their own story, their own journey to get here, and hers is amazing. Ellie Cheetham, the Scottish all-around champion, returned after retirement, a 6-year gap.
She trained this routine extremely well. It didn't really go her way in the qualification, but so far, she's doing fantastically. The Ginger has been caught, and the double tuck is nearly stuck. Well done, Ellie Cheetham.
Scotland's Ellie Cheetham, who had 2 surgeries, had 6 years away from the sport, went to the Scottish Championships just to see how it would go, find out what level she was at. She won the national title, and here she is at the Games. 12.95 for Shantay Eva-Mankwa is an improvement by a 1/4 of a mark compared to qualifying. This we expect to be a very big vault from Abby Martin. It should be a double twisting Yurchenko of 5.0 difficulty. Could see her right up the leaderboard early on.
She's very powerful with this, tends to get great distance from the table.
She does have adjustment which will affect the execution score, but that will get a high difficulty mark.
There's a lot of backwards momentum associated with the way that she does this vault. She's a little flat coming off of the table. Ideally, you'd like to see a bit more rise of the body and a bit of a bigger vertical, but she does what she needs to do to get the double twist around. And the step back on the landing is really associated with the way that she blocks off the table right here, backwards instead of upwards. That said, a quality piece of gymnastics for Abby Martin.
The Olympian from Paris, part of the combined British team that finished 4th, Abby Martin. She says she often feels like she's dreaming and forgets this is what her real life is. She's made such progress, as has she.
11 step is fine with me. Take that.
I don't think she can believe she's here. Ellie Cheatham, 11.7. That's a small improvement from qualification. Now here is a 16-year-old from Malaysia, Cadence Tae-Zhi, the Malaysia Games all-around winner in 2024. She was the 18th best in qualification.
Very bright young competitor on the uneven bars, which tends to be a Malaysian strength. Unfortunately, she did not have the correct swing to go into that Stalder Shaposhnikova. She was supposed to soar over the low bar, grab the high bar. We'll see if she opts to repeat the skill. As it is, she wouldn't receive the difficulty credit for what she attempted.
But that's an important principle, isn't it? Sometimes the gymnasts have to repeat in order to be sure, and there we go, of the difficulty.
Much better.
She did ever so well the Asian Championships early this year to finish in the top 15 in the all-around competition and qualify for a spot at the World Championships later this year. Abby Martin picks up a 13.6 score, so she's improved a little from qualification. Right, you want to see some good vaulting, do you? Here's Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada. Silver medalist at her debut World Championships last year, the second Canadian woman to get onto the vault podium at world level.
And she can fly.
Oh, goodness.
Stellar double twisting Yurchenko.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
She is a master at good block off the table. Right here, you see the lift of the body. It's very conspicuous. And she gets a big piece of air as a result. Plenty of time to turn the two twists and really spot the landing.
It really is fantastic technique, isn't it?
Yes. Gymnasts drill the block. It's one of the things that she will have worked on in the gym.
11.55 for Cadence Tae-Zhi. So just a small improvement from qualifying. Here is a gymnast who's got a very interesting uneven bars exercise with some complexity to it. Yap Kung Shen of Malaysia.
There's a small leg separation on her opening pirouette, but she does connect it successfully with the pack salto down to the low bar. Maloney to Ginger, one of the most popular combinations that we've seen on uneven bars at these games. Dismount, full twisting, double tuck.
Two young gymnasts from Malaysia making it through to this all-around final at the 23rd Commonwealth Games, and there will be Malaysian representation in the apparatus finals. 14.3, so we've got a new leader. She's managed to find a way to gain half a mark from qualifying in Monica Fontaine. Here is Georgia Godwin, the reigning Commonwealth Games all-around champion. The 28-year-old from Queensland, a true great.
And we're going to see the same vault that we saw from Ellie Black, but actually she has opted to do something simpler, to water back tonight. She indicated the Sukahara with 1.5 twists, but what she performed was just a Sukahara with a full twist. I wonder if potentially she felt that something was a little off as she came onto the springboard. It might be the hand placement on the table. Of course, that's just speculation. But let's have a look and see. Actually, her left arm bends quite a lot at the elbow, and she will have felt that something was not right and modified her trajectory accordingly.
12.25 for, yeah, close to her qualification score. Wonderful stories throughout this all-around final. The soon-to-be Dr. Courtney McGregor of New Zealand, a finalist in the medical profession. She's completing her studies and she has made a triumphant return to the sport of artistic gymnastics after retiring due to a very severe Achilles injury.
She was actually poised to make her Commonwealth Games debut in 2014, was in the city of Glasgow and training, and sustained an injury and didn't compete.
She has made the vault final, and we will see her competing on day 4 of the Games. Unfortunate moment there, just a little way away from the Jaeger.
She's not particularly keen about the uneven bars to begin with, to be frank, and she's sit back.
Yes, she's described herself as a bar hater at heart. I don't think that has improved her fondness for them, but the fondness that the gymnastics world feels for Courtney McGregor, now that is untouchable.
And amongst the young gymnasts watching this, there may be people who hear the word bars hater and nod along going, yes, I sympathize and understand that.
She's so respected, isn't she, Courtney McGregor? Almost had that. One full mark, unfortunately, as I'm sure many of you know, gets taken away from the gymnast's execution score if they unintentionally dismount the apparatus. Georgia Godwin, 12.9. Now that is a drop of over half a mark from qualification because the difficulty score is significantly lower.
And that comes from having performed 1/2 twist less than she was intending. But the important thing is that she is all right.
Yes, as you say, likely that she made a quick adjustment. And when you are a gymnast as intelligent as she is, as intelligent as Courtney McGregor is, as experienced, then you make these quick decisions for your well-being. This is the leaderboard after rotation, 1 of 4. The leader is Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada. Ruby Evans of Wales is second. Ellie Black of Canada is third. We have a long way to go, and all of these gymnasts who are on the second page will be hoping to push up, including the champion from Birmingham 2022, Georgia Godwin. Welcome to the arena in Glasgow and the 2026 Commonwealth Games. The women's all-around final, and we bring into play the balance beam. So we have 18 competitors who have qualified for this final. They are performing across 4 rotations, but the rotations are effectively divided into 2 sections. The first group warm-up, that's 5 gymnasts. They will compete, and then the next group, that's 4 gymnasts, will warm up and compete. So what do we know so far? We know that Georgia Godwin has a little catching up to do, but we know that Georgia Godwin is the kind of person who's always in contention.
It's a long race for apparatus, and just because there's a mistake early on, we might find as we go through the competition that Georgia Godwin is not entirely out of things.
We know that Ruby Evans is very much in a strong position, as is Ellie Black. Leah Monica Fontaine, a super start from her. But the lovely thing about all-around finals is they are exactly that. It is about consistency across all of the apparatus, and it's about competition temperament as well. And when it comes to competition temperament, there is somebody who has demonstrated it throughout their career, a long and illustrious career for Ellie Black, Order of Canada. It's important you keep yourself nourished while watching a long gymnastics competition. Plenty of food for thought for all of us and for all of these gymnasts as they contemplate the switch to the next apparatus. What sort of things are the gymnasts looking for in these warm-ups?
It's the last chance for them to warm up their difficult skills in the exact ambiance that they will be competing in. There is a day when gymnasts get to come into the arena and work out on the exact equipment that they'll be competing on, but nothing really replicates the feeling of the buzz you get from being in competition, from being watched by the crowd, from knowing what is at stake and that every eye is on you. It's quite irreplaceable.
And some gymnasts like to really go for those difficult skills in the warm-up. Others maybe choose to do a modified or watered-down version of their exercises.
Most of them don't do the entire exercise. A lot of them just do timers or slightly simpler skills just to get a feeling of the apparatus right before they compete.
Rotation number 2 is close to beginning. Wonderful to have you watching, whoever you're supporting. And how wonderful for these Scottish gymnasts to be competing at a home Commonwealth Games. This athlete was enormously inspired by Birmingham 2022 and Shannon Archer winning vault bronze for Team Scotland. She actually now lives in Birmingham, moved there for training. The young Canadian team, they were hugely impressive in the team competition. Christelle Lake starts rotation number 2. She represents Team Scotland and is on the beat.
Of this exercise. Sometimes she's able to connect them, but she didn't do that today. So already her difficulty might be down a bit from what she was intended to show. Once again though, the important thing, staying on the apparatus. Acrobatic series coming up, back handspring, layout, step out. Well done. Aerial to jump, help build the difficulty. On every apparatus except for vault, it is 8 elements that count towards the difficulty score. been really good.
So impressive the start that she's made. A massive improvement on the uneven bars compared to qualification. That's likely to be a strong improvement on beam. We did say that if there was a gymnast who had the potential to really jump up from lower down the rankings, it was her. It looks like she's in the mood to do it. Second place after rotation number 1. Wales's Ruby Evans. No Welsh gymnast has ever been on the all-around podium in the women's competition.
This isn't her hardest routine, but it might be the biggest challenge in her program. The Ginger has given her problems in the past, none today. This is very strong from Ruby Evans. The dismount is big, double front.
And she does so well to keep control of that. That will be probably a good half mark to come off the score, but she stayed on her feet, preventing loss of a full mark.
And in the interior of the routine, she made all of the connections that she was intending to do. Minimal execution errors, just that step on the dismount.
12.35 is over a mark better than qualification. Crystal Lake is about 2.5 marks or so up.
And she has 2 of her strongest apparatus to come.
Naveen Dari's of South Africa. Both of the Dari sisters started with a 12.6 on the uneven bars. She has been the all-around champion of South Africa, and when she finished 6th at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, it was the best ever women's all-around finish for South Africa.
Great amplitude on her switchly path. What's notable in this routine is not just the acrobatics that she does, the choreography is so full of character. Safely through the acrobatic series. Gymnasts have to show 2 or more acrobatic elements with flight, so handsprings and somersaults, essentially, in every routine. She's setting up for a very difficult turn in the sit or Cossack position. She rotates the double. Going to get her a fair bit of difficulty. And nary a wobble.
She's spoken with such positivity about her experiences at the Commonwealth Games. She said that the all-around final in Birmingham 4 years ago taught her how to just keep enjoying the process, celebrate being there, because leads her to better performances when she's having fun. 12.85. Ruby Evans. Good score, down a little from qualifying, close to half a mark. Is Ellie Black. Scored almost 14 on the uneven bars in qualification.
You won't see a more powerful swing in this competition. Very good handstand position. There's the Shaposhnikova, the clear hip uprise, and a transition quite unique, known as a Yezhova. The Van Leeuwen back up to the high bar. Her dismount, really original as well. She puts her toes on the bar and will do a front flip with a half twist.
Fabulous! Well done, Ellie Black. And what handstand she hit there. 12 o'clock.
Absolutely. absolutely. She is somebody who is able to use the flexibility or bounce of the uneven bars really well.
Naveen Dari's 12.3. So virtually the same as qualification. What a good standard we're seeing from these gymnasts in the women's all-around final. Lovely to see people performing either where they were in qualifying or even better. Here's Alina Tan. Crowd always loves that, don't they?
That mount is known as a candle for obvious reasons. The gymnast does a back dive from the springboard and lands in what we call a chest stand. Here comes her acrobatic series. Now, she broke the connection. She didn't do the two elements fluidly, and that could impact her score because she needs to show a fluid connection in order to get what they call composition points. For just doing the requirement, she actually gets half a point added to her score. And now she doesn't have one of the requirements on balance beam. And my guess is that she's not going to try to repeat it or add anything. She's just going to go with it.
Looks as though she's really relishing this big opportunity and having a lot of fun being out there. Alina Tan of Singapore. Ellie Black scores 13.25. So it is a bit of a drop from qualification. Emily Roper. Good start to the competition, 5th after one rotation.
This was exceptional in qualification. One of the reasons why is because of the difficulty, the variety of skills that she shows, many of them done in combination, but also her gorgeous straight handstands, very close or at vertical all the time whenever she finishes. Such a silky smooth Jaeger release skill.
Lots of discussion about the Welsh prospects in this final. And Emily Roper has got to be at the heart of that as well as Ruby Evans. Brilliant young gymnast. That was an extremely precise looking effort. Very happy looking Welsh coaches.
Just beautiful work through and through. Her Shaposhnikova done from a Stalder. So the way that she works into it, a little bit more difficult than the traditional element. And she combines that with a pack salto, one of the many intricate combinations in that exercise.
11.7 for Alina Tan. And that is a good improvement from qualification of about a mark. Philippa Buzutil of Malta. She's great on this apparatus.
Her mount sequence is incredible when she hits it. She's going to do a series of tumbling elements down the beam, round off back handspring, and oh, she made it in the qualification. She'll have another chance in the apparatus final.
So difficult, isn't it, to stay in alignment when you've got such complexity in the mount sequence.
Exactly. And when from the springboard you're off on the first skill in your shoulders or your hips and you're not square with the beam, well, it's just very difficult to continue. That also a unique move, a backward extension roll. And she can just take this as an extra practice for the apparatus final. routine today, she has appeared quite tentative as she goes into all of her skills. She just needs to be a bit more aggressive and she'll be fine.
And you have to allow a young gymnast, indeed a gymnast of any age, to have moments that it's not quite as it should be. That's just part of the process. She'll be fine. Emily Roper, 13.3. She is having a good competition. That's 3/10 down from qualifying, but very competitive. Amanda Yap now goes to the uneven bars, 11.9 in qualification.
We know her as a beam specialist, and here we're getting to know her as an emerging all-around contender. It's really exciting for Singapore. It seems like there's an extra layer of polish to everything that she does. Arms and elbows and toes and knees all locked out on these elements.
Polish is exactly right. The Singaporean gymnasts have got really nice technique. They're very in control of their work.
It's not the hardest exercise that we'll see on uneven bars, but in terms of the way that she presents each of these elements, she pays so much attention to detail. Everything very pretty. The full pirouette, not as close to the handstand when she finishes as she might want, but some of these things still a work in progress.
Buzutil, World Cup finalist on the balance beam, and that's a very big accomplishment. The weight goes on. Moment of tension for her. She will be hoping to see the back of that score. It was a 12.85 in qualification, 9.65 here. Looking forward to seeing that routine in the apparatus final, because at its best it's really competitive and could well get onto the podium. Kelly Cheetah, big beam routine this. Can she deliver?
Good precision on her connected leaps. Nice side aerial, just a bit off, but makes the correction, and she's not going to lose much in execution for that wobble. That's going to be a bigger problem. And also, it might cost her a bit of difficulty. We'll see. She does fulfill the requirement of a full turn on the balance beam with that. Another turn sequence imminent. Risky double turn, well handled. Now here comes her acrobatic series, back handspring, layout right at the end of the beam, and unfortunately she's off.
The very fact that she is here is a victory beyond any sequence of skills she could put together on any apparatus, because it is a credit to her resilience, her determination, that she's managed to come back after such a difficult spell. She was in hospital, had a surgery that went wrong just before her return. Amanda Yap scoring 11.45. Ninth place after vault, but with the potential to move up. Here is Shantay Mankwa, and she's got a rip-roaring uneven bars routine.
She does a sequence right off the top of forward stalders, this one with a half turn, and then a stalder into Tkachev, straight into a back salto. A little bit of trouble as she regrasped the bar, but she worked her way out of the jam. Again, a stalder to blind transition and a double front dismount.
She had to really hold forwards coming out of the top position. There are very few gymnasts in the world who get the knees as tightly into the body in the tuck position as she does.
She's very quick twitch on that dismount. Changes gears extremely fast. So here's the sequence that, in terms of difficulty, is incredible, but her legs bend a little bit as she recatches the bar on the Tkachev element, and then again in the pack salto. But she has the fortitude to just kip off and continue going, and by the time she hits the handstand, she's completely back on track. The theme of this exercise is the stalder, and she does that combined with a half turn right into the double front.
Ellie Cheetham, 10.7. She said one of the reasons that she wanted to return was for her grandma, and in quotes, she says, who was the craziest Scottish lady you could imagine. Shantay Mankwa started her training at Bristol Hawks at the age of 6. Same club as her hero, Claudia Fragapane, the only English champion in the all-around competition for women. There we go. Crowd agrees. And there was a party in this place earlier when Scotland won gold in the men's all-around competition through Ruben Ward.
The score comes in for Shantay on an equal bars, 13.35.
13.35. The all-around final in women's artistic gymnastics at Glasgow 2026. Rotation number 2 in progress. Is there going to be joy for the Welsh team and for Ruby Evans, who are looking for their first ever medal in this event at the Commonwealth Games? This is the midpoint of the second rotation. After these gymnasts have performed, we're going to find ourselves at the halfway mark of the whole competition. This is what we know so far then. Ellie Black is in the lead, the champion from 2018. She wasn't at the Games 4 years ago. Ruby Evans and Emily Roper close together in second and third, with Shantay Mankwa of England leading the peloton. But that is only a partial picture, because we now have the second half of these gymnasts to perform. So each rotation functioning in 2 groups. And it's important that the gymnasts have the touch warm-up, the contact time with the apparatus. Still to come on days 4 and 5 of the Games. We've got the apparatus finals. Warm-ups drawing to a close, and on we go. The women's all-around competition. Taezuchi of Malaysia. She will now perform on B. She's been a World Cup finalist on this apparatus.
We're going to see a spectacular flight series from her. Most gymnasts go backwards. She goes forwards, front handspring, front tuck. Wonderful. French ring, one of the more difficult leaps that a gymnast can do on balance beam. She does this lovely series of jumps crosswise to the beam. The reason is because when you do it facing in that direction, it adds to your difficulty. And there's the ring position once more, where the head goes back and the foot bends, the leg bends even, the foot comes up to meet it. It's complex because the gymnast loses sight of the beam when the head goes back.
To see on the full international stage what we know she can do at domestic level. Very promising. Definitely somebody who has the potential to make the podium, but this mid-section of the competition is going to be crucial for Abby Martin. Let's see what the English gymnast can do on the uneven bars and how it compares to qualifying.
She has everything that she needs to get a really good score on this apparatus. She just needs to put it together. The first combination, very strong. She catches the Kotcheff. Oh, and I believe it's the same place where she had trouble in qualification. She actually changes her grip in order to go forward. And that was the difficulty, slowing her momentum and eventually totally bringing her to a stop. And even though she doesn't come off the apparatus, although she does there, she will lose a full mark, now 2 full marks.
And now is a regrettable occasion to have to tell you that every single score counts in an all-around competition, distinctly different from the team event at the Commonwealth Games, where the teams are able to discard one routine per rotation. In the all-around, every single number is totaled up. She does well to get the dismount completed, considering the problems on the apparatus. But for Abby Martin, it is sadly going to be a low score that will see her go down the leaderboard. My goodness, did she produce the goods for the team yesterday. 12.95, brilliant. That is such a jump from qualification, about 1 3/4 marks better. Yep, Kang Sien of Malaysia. Reigning Southeast Asian Games champion on this apparatus.
Switch leap mount done in combination with a second switch leap. A split jump with half turn. What she just showed us there, a straddle jump with a full turn, extremely complex. So 10 seconds into this routine, she has already done quite a lot of difficulty. She's setting up for her flight series. That handspring layout, step out, right on. She takes great advantage of the value of jumps and leaps in this code of points. It's clearly where she is honed in. Stands straight up on the punch front as well. This is just another example. Great amplitude, showing full split positions. It's been excellent so far. What about the dismount?
Malaysia, superb. At the Asian Championships early this year, she was the highest ranking gymnast, not from China, Japan, or the Republic of Korea. She made the top 10. It's going to be fascinating to see the score there and compare that to qualification. Abby Martin picks up a 10.95 score. A chance to look at the leader from the first rotation, courtesy of her magnificent vault. We always expected that from the 16-year-old because she's one of the greatest vaulters in the world. Can she keep the momentum going? In qualification on the uneven bars, Monica Fontaine of Canada scored 12.2. Let's see if she can pick up the numbers here.
She did have a mistake on uneven bars in qualification. This is the biggest question mark in her all-around program. If she is able to hit this routine, she will stand herself in very good stead to make the all-around podium, potentially. The Jaeger, powerful swing into it, nice and high. And the pack salto puts her toes straight on the bar and executes the Van Leven. This could be very strong.
Monica Fontaine! What a dismount that was! The Canadian team are just beside themselves. I think we all are.
They have a lot to celebrate with this exercise, with this gymnast.
Huge congratulations to Kung Shin. 12.65 is 1.8 better than qualifying. Both of the Malaysians have just demolished their qualification marks. Courtney McGregor, 17th place after rotation 1. Now she goes to the beam.
She had a fall on this apparatus in the qualification. She really doesn't hold back when it comes to the difficulty. The mount, a tucked front somersault. And she's going to continue the complexity in her flight series. She warmed up a back handspring to a layout that lands with both feet on the beam at the same time. There we go. The deduction associated with that wobble is pretty minimal. Exercise for Courtney McGregor.
You said that Courtney McGregor doesn't hold back in the difficulty, but Courtney McGregor doesn't hold back in life. No, indeed. She has waited to compete at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow for over a decade. Missed out in 2014, finally makes her debut. Brilliant. There's the leader, 13.1. Monica Fontaine, 9/10 better than qualification. It is now Georgia Godwin's turn to take to the uneven bars. Down in 10th place after modifying her intended vault. How will she do here?
She begins with a skill called a Weiler pip, connects that to her Maloney, and then clear hip uprise. Here's much the same thing, right into a Jaeger. Unique composition of this uneven bars routine. Cleanly through the pack salto, toe stalders, and then a toe stalder Shaposhnikova with half turn, known as a Van Leven. This is very good work so far from Godwin.
It continues to be right the way through to its conclusion. the champion from 2022. And so much has happened in the intervening time. A serious Achilles injury that kept her out of contention from the Olympic Games in Paris. She missed so much competition. Courtney McGregor, 11.65. Talk about coming into an all-around fine run unexpectedly and making the most of it. Zelny Darius with a great start on the uneven bars. Can she keep it going on beam?
A really aggressive series of 3 leaps is how she enters into this routine, moving all the way across the beam. Just a small wobble on balance beam. Wobbles are actually classified into categories small, medium, and large. But the deduction for a fall remains a full point. She's done so well to come in at such short notice with the withdrawal of Caitlin Rooskrantz. One more complicated leap coming up the switch ring. She manages to save that.
Such a lovely family feel for these games. The Darius sisters in this final. We've got 2 ropers. We've got the Yap sisters.
We just had a quick look at Caitlin Rooskrantz watching on from the stands.
Georgia Godwin, 12.85.
Yeah, exactly.
Godwin looking to push up the standing. She's in 6th place at the moment. Now to Brianna Scott. We did say she might not be right at the top early on, but her consistency all around is highly impressive.
And if she can continue to execute the way that she did in the team final, she will very much be in the conversation at the end of the competition. Beautiful, finessed gymnastics. Look at the handstands, look at the toe point, look at how straight her arms and legs remain through every element. And such smooth swing as well. Winding up for her dismount now. Full twisting, double layout.
Wonderful from Brianna Scott, the 24-year-old Olympian from Paris. Team gold yesterday after silver in 2022. You don't win back-to-back Australian titles without knowing how to really deliver in an all-around competition.
Here is the Pike Jaeger release skill. Beautifully caught. Notice that her arms are fully extended as she re-grasps the bar. Adds to the fluidity of the look.
13th place for Zelny Darius at the moment, 10.75. We are at the halfway stage with the score for Brianna Scott due to come in, and it will be quite an important score. We look out over the arena in Glasgow. superb atmosphere. And what a standard of women's all-around final we're watching. Now then, Brianna Scott of Australia is in 6th place, a 13.1 on the uneven bars. At the moment, Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada is first, Ellie Black of Canada is second, then it's Wales 3 and 4, Ruby Evans and Emily Roper. And I just remind you all that no Welsh gymnast has ever been on the all-around podium at the Commonwealth Games. Everyone else chasing and hoping that their opportunity will come. And what a competition so far for the Canadians, for two Canadians at very different stages of their careers. Only 3/10 separating them. Halfway, 2 rotations to come. Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada, the leader. It's a lot to take in, isn't it? Exhausting just watching a gymnastics competition, let alone competing in one. So, now to the balance beam for the top performers in the qualification process. And we've got some big exercises to come here. Ellie Black is going to be the first to compete on beam.
And she has one of the most unusual and complex exercises in the world. The skills that she has chosen, the way that she works into some of them, particularly her flight series, quite unique to her. Will also be treated to the beam work of Amanda Yap, the World Championships finalist from last year. And Emily Roper emerging from the peloton here at the halfway point.
Over on floor, we'll begin with Naveen Darius. The Scottish gymnasts both performing. And Scotland really has performed. Scotland gold medalists in the men's all-around competition. What an atmosphere in this place when Ruben Ward had the all-around display of his life. Will the Welsh also be history makers? Hope you're enjoying it all so far, whoever it is you're supporting. Glasgow 2026, the Commonwealth Games. And the great slogan that is displayed around the arena, a reminder that people make Glasgow. Well, you know what? People make gymnastics as well. These are human beings with amazing stories. Yes, we put numbers by them, we put numbers on their backs, we put numbers next to their names, but they're three-dimensional people, some of them competing alongside their siblings in very proud moments for their families. They've all had their ups and downs in life. They've all worked unbelievably assiduously to get to this stage. They all deserve and have our respect. Here's Naveen Darius. from Nevin Dowries. There did seem to be some tumbling issues.
She really improvised her second pass when her rhythm got caught up, and as a result, the difficulty will be impacted.
Ellie Black, second place at the halfway stage. She goes to beam. She has delivered so much on this apparatus over the years. Gold medalist at Glasgow in 2014 on the beam.
She intended to connect the mount with that switch leap with half turn into the jump. It's not a big deal that she didn't. She realized that she was off and made the correction. It could impact her difficulty score, but only slightly. A lot of the difficulty that she does on balance beam comes from risky skills like that double turn, which she not only does with the plomb, she connects it with a full turn out. One thing she does incredibly well is she puts her feet down on the tumbling elements. Just plants them and does not move them. That kind of aggression is learned over many years of training and competing on balance beam. And it serves her well when things are just a bit off, like on that side Somi. She's really minimized the deduction. Dismount she's planning, a 2.5 twist.
The 30-year-old Ava, the oldest gymnast in the competition, as the young teammates that she has inspired watch on. Some of them down on the field of play, some of them in the stands. She's inspired people all over the world. Nevin Dowries scores 11.4, a 4.3 difficulty score.
Representing Singapore, this is Alina Tan.
Now, Alina Tan of Singapore, gold medalist at the Singapore Open last year on floor. To see the way that she started to really attack the choreography and create presence out on the carpet.
Singapore is really headed in the right direction.
Couldn't agree more.
I know.
Ellie Black is headed in the right direction because she's leading the way with a 13.2 on the beam. That's 0.3 better than qualification. What a competition so far for Emily Roper, and how poised was that mount sequence.
And what a mount sequence indeed. Round off, layout, step out onto the beam, an element that earns her 0.5 of a point in difficulty. She did well to hang on to that turn, done in the Cossack or sit position. big test is coming up here. Back handspring, layout, step out. Extremely calm, very poised. Gymnasts actually have to demonstrate sideways movements on the balance beam as part of their choreography. Important leap combination here, switch leap to switch half. She's nearing the dismount.
Goodness me! I say this in the most flattering of ways. She seems to have no idea that she's in the biggest all-around final of her life.
A Welsh wonder.
It's as though she's in an empty arena with nobody around her, completely unaware of the scale.
Yeah, that was really
Fabulous. 11.7 for Alina Tan. Close to her qualification score. Filippa Buzatil, part of the Maltese team that dominated the games of the small states of Europe last year. Exercise of Malta's Filippa Buzatil in rotation number 3 of the women's all-around final at Glasgow 2026, with one rotation to come after this and the competition finally balanced. She is a huge part of proceedings. Emily Roper.
All smiles after balance beam, and with good reason.
Excellent. 12.55. You were correct, Blythe, with good reason, because that's almost 1.5 marks better than qualification. Goes to the beam, and she knows what she's doing on this apparatus.
Switch leap mount. With Amanda Yap on beam, it's not just the difficulty, which is bountiful, but also the polish that she has in every element. Look at the amplitude on that switch ring, the head going back, her losing sight of the beam, and then straight into this sequence with flight, back handspring, and not a layout step out, but a layout that lands on the beam with both of her feet at the same time. That is hard, very hard, and she will be rewarded in difficulty for it.
in many ways for her, this is a practice run for the apparatus final in a couple of days, and that's one of the creases she'll hope to iron out.
She did have a few small checks right at the beginning, and sometimes when you're a little bit off early in the routine, it can kind of build up and result in a fall later on.
The entire Singaporean team has said that seeing Amanda Yap achieve what she did at the World Championships, finishing 6th on beam, has motivated all of them to want to be better, to believe in themselves. Philippa Buzatil, I think the Maltese team is having a similar experience, 10.45. She's part of a great young crop of gymnasts coming through. Here is Scotland's all-around champion, Ellie Cheetham.
her gymnastics career on her own terms. She went to the Scottish Championships just to gauge where she was. She won the entire competition, and it has led her here to Glasgow. Wherever she finishes in the rankings tonight, she will have inspired young gymnasts.
11.95.
It's okay, he can do it.
The score awarded to Amanda Yap. That's 1 mark exactly down from qualification, and she can take a full mark reduction for coming off the apparatus. 5th place at the halfway stage, Shantae Vamankwa of Team England.
She has several intricate combinations planned in this balance beam routine. Really calm side aerial begins the proceedings. Setting up now for her flight series. Back handspring layout. Very confident. Stand straight up out of the punch front. Set up for complicated turn done in the sit position. She rotates it around twice and has to grab the beam. There will be a significant deduction implicated in that. The judges may well count it as a fall. might impact the difficulty on the turn 2. Dismount. Again with full twist. Very complex.
She really has a style about her as a gymnast that is just wonderful to watch. 10.55, she's got an exuberance about her that is wonderful to watch. She said, Ellie Cheetham, when she put on the kit ahead of the games, that white and blue never looked so good. Now to Cadence Te Zerchi from Malaysia. Gymnast from Malaysia, Cadence Te Zerchi. She made the floor final at the Southeast Asian Games in her debut at that prestigious event last year. 12.2. That's the beam score for Shante Ivamankwa. It is better than qualification, but just by 0.05 of a mark. She's currently in 3rd position, but we have many more still to come. This is Abby Martin.
In qualification, she had what could be considered a fluke fall on one of her acrobatic elements. We'll see if she gets able to correct that. She's very capable of hitting this routine.
Layout, step out, oh, well done. She's one of the few gymnasts here that is attempting a triple flight series, and with the last 2 elements being ones in which she doesn't touch her hands to the beam. Really difficult work. Makes the correction when she's just a bit off on the front aerial. Her teammates are coaching her through this, reminding her to keep her body tight.
Abby Martin's development as a gymnast from the age of 15 through to 18, where she is now, is among the best of any gymnast in the world. Her progress has been huge. Cadence Te Zerchi with an 11.8 score. She's in 5th place at the moment. Ellie Black, still leading. Emily Roper second. Shante Ivamankwa third. Let's see where Abby Martin features.
And let's take another look at that fantastic flight series while we're at it. Perfectly square with the beam, her shoulders and hips, through both of those layout step outs. The dismount also just beautiful, such height on her round off double pike, and a great landing as well.
It's rolling for the camera here.
I know.
There's a wonderful video from just before the games of Abby Martin and an England netball player standing eye to eye. And then the camera zooms out and the netball player's legs are at a 45-degree angle in the half splits. They did some really lovely social media content, actually, Team England. Well, all of the teams have done ahead of these games. One of the great world's sporting nations, Canada, and Commonwealth powerhouses in gymnastics, the most successful of all the nations. Abby Martin, 11.65, quite similar to qualification. This is where we find ourselves in the women's all-around competition, midway through rotation number 3. So the intermediary warm-ups are going on. Ellie Black is the leader, the great Canadian. Emily Roper of Wales is second. No Welsh gymnast has ever been on the podium in this event at the Commonwealth Games. They might have another one in Ruby Evans. We've still got, Blythe, some big performers to come in the second half of rotation 3.
Principally, Ruby Evans on the balance beam. We'll also be seeing Brianna Scott of Australia and Georgia Godwin. Ellie Black sitting in first place. No woman has ever won the Commonwealth all-around title twice. She could be the first.
Representing Malaysia and performing very well, Yap Kang Sien. Goodness me, this competition is full of positives to take away for Yap Kang Sien.
It's a thoroughly enjoyable routine from a choreography standpoint, and her leaps and jumps have amplitude to spare.
Here is the leading gymnast after rotation number 2. Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada. So we're going to have a Canadian gymnast in the lead after this performance, but which one will it be? Or Ellie Black?
It all starts with a really high round-off layout step-out mount. Once again, the difficulty associated with that 0.5 of a point. She really does not hold back on balance beam. That handspring, layout, step out. One more somersault than most of the gymnasts in this competition are showing. She'll lose a few tenths of execution for those small wobbles, but she has avoided the big error. And that side aerial far more aggressive than the jumps that we saw earlier. Her difficulty on balance beam among the highest of all of the gymnasts in this competition. The routine topped and tailed with high-value elements.
Phenomenal. She does not turn 17 until September. Her veteran teammate applauding, and now a smile from Leah Monica Fontaine, who is so mindset focused. She's really able to just control, or I would say fixate on what she can control and on small games and nothing more than that, and keep the pressure out of her mind. Well done to Kang Xian. She scores 11.9, which is a mark and a half gain from qualification. Courtney McGregor takes to the floor. Much respected Commonwealth Games debutant. This is a great routine.
Lovely work. The tumbling, but also the choreography. The way that those movements meld to the strains of the electric guitar.
12.25, Leah Monica Fontaine. It's just wonderful, isn't it? You've got this young gymnast who's coming through new to the senior stage. You've got people like Courtney McGregor, you've got people like Georgia Godwin, Ellie Black. If you're a young gymnast, no shortage of inspirations and role models everywhere you look. Georgia Godwin on beat.
Really confident side Somi after the mount sequence. the leaps in connection. Here's her flight series. Back handspring, layout to 2 feet. Considering the serious Achilles injury that she is returning from, she has looked astonishingly good. Has only been out on the international stage once, I think, since the injury. There's been a very mature sense of pace to this routine. She seems to be thinking every element through. Quite meticulous, double pike dismount.
Champion from Birmingham, Georgia Godwin, and the Australian team's just seen themselves on the big screen.
And we have just seen the reigning Commonwealth Games champion on balance beam in Kate McDonald,
who was taken completely by surprise. Courtney McGregor, 11.35. If you think what she does as a gymnast is impressive, she'll finish this competition and go straight back into scrubs and get into a hospital. Finishing her medical qualification, she'll be Dr. McGregor soon. Zelmi Daries of South Africa. It's been lovely watching her. Such good gymnastics, tumbles well, but there's also a choreographic purpose to her work. And there often is from South Africa. They've really got something about their gymnastics on the floor.
And this might be her the future is now moment. The young generation, very strong.
12.5 is the score for Georgia Godwin, who's in 5th position at the moment.
Less than. Yeah, less than.
Great Australian team at these games. They won the overall title yesterday. Here's Brianna Scott, who's going for a place on the individual podium. And this is a great beam routine, full of purpose.
This is where she will really begin to make her bid for a medal. Round off, layout to 2 feet, beautiful. There's wonderful attention to detail in all of her movements. You see it from the tips of her fingers to the tips of her toes. sense of the exquisite to this. So polished is the work. Very good. Have we seen any wobbles?
Massive of control in that exercise from Brianna Scott. Powerful, but graceful in equal measure.
It is one of the most put together routines on balance beam that we will see.
That sense of relaxation when the job has been done and done well. Same for her. Oh, yes. How much does that mean to those two? The Dari sisters finally competing at a Commonwealth Games together. Brings joy to the heart. Christelle Lake of Scotland on floor. Determined to get here, so delighted to represent Scotland in front of a home crowd. What a shame she had that issue with one of the tumbling passes.
Nonetheless, it's a very memorable routine. Some of the choreography inspired by a 60s dance craze.
We might be experiencing the Brianna Scott craze here because she's into the silver medal position with a 13.9 score. You said in line this is where she would start to make her case. Now, what case will Ruby Evans make?
Needed to hang on to that. She will receive the difficulty credit for the risk that she has taken. And we'll see if this impacts her throughout the rest of the routine. She looks very calm, but typically when you make a mistake and nearly come off on a mount, the heart goes into the throat. Good series. The switch with the half turn into the back handspring swing down. She just needs to remain calm, but also to be aggressive, just as she was on the back handspring layout step out. Often it's when the gymnast gets tentative that she gets into trouble. And that never looked quite right. For all of the flipping that happens on balance beam, so often the double full turn is a gymnast's undoing.
to the last moments because she's going to floor next, where she was the World Championship runner-up last year. But the task has become tougher for Ruby Evans. And you have to sympathise. 10.7. Crystal Lake is 9th at the moment.
I think I need to stay.
A look back at Ruby Evans. It started awkwardly, didn't it? And she fought back so well.
And you could see that she was nervous in the routine. Her ankle's shaking a little bit at times. Two really difficult turns in this exercise. There's the Cossack turn in the sit position, and watch her shoulders right here. They're actually way off to the side, not centered with the balance beam. And there's just no room for error on that maneuver.
Very contrasting moods among some of these gymnasts, and they're providing comfort for each other, and that's really important. Nice to have companionship at a time like this, to have friendly faces, to have people around you who understand what you're trying to do.
And nobody understands better what a gymnast is going through in a competition like this than another gymnast.
10.95. Ruby Evans is now in 7th place. Evans was in 3rd position at the halfway stage. There is a change to how the leaderboard is looking. Ellie Black in 1st place. Brianna Scott is now 2/10 behind. Leah Monica Fontaine is still very much part of the conversation. She has half a mark over Emily Roper of Wales, who is now leading the chasing group of gymnasts. There is just one rotation left. We've seen some tremendous gymnastics from all of these athletes, but it is drawing to a close, and we will discover soon who is the Commonwealth Games Women's All-Around Champion. They've entertained the crowd in the arena. I'm sure they've entertained you, whoever you're supporting. And decision time is almost upon us. So to the vaulting table for the gymnasts who started on the uneven bars. The gymnasts who are really in the hunt, who are really leading the charge for the podium, they are on floor. And we're going to start with Emily Roper.
She has been the surprise of this all-around final. She's very much in contention to make the podium. She has a good deal of difficulty on floor exercise. So we will see. It could happen for her.
There is your leader. Ellie Black, Order of Canada, Gold Coast 2018 champion, looking to become the first gymnast to win the women's all-around title twice at the Commonwealth Games. If she gets onto the podium, she would become the first woman not from Australia to appear twice on the all-around podium. Georgia Godwin has done it, and I'm sure that all of you watching in Australia know who the other one is. Who else could it be but Alana Slater? I didn't use her full name, I meant the Alana Slater. That's her full name.
Gosh, Ollie, get it right.
Lovely person, great judge as well now. travels the world. Glasgow 2026, gripped by the action in the arena. There's the leader of the peloton, 4th place, Emily Roper. Welcome to the arena in Glasgow, the 2026 Commonwealth Games, and the last rotation of the women's all-around final in artistic gymnastics. A very interesting place to begin with the gymnast who is leading the chasing pack. At the moment, Leah-Monica Fontaine of Canada is 3rd, Brianna Scott of Australia is 2nd, Ellie Black of Canada is leading. It is close though, and just half a mark away from the podium, as things stand, is this gymnast. Emily Roper of Wales, 4th place with 1 rotation to go. Good luck to her, big moment. What an effort from Emily Roper. How hard she has worked to get onto the podium. It may well be that it just doesn't quite happen on this occasion for a great young gymnast. Elena Tan of Singapore. She will vault to finish her final.
Showing a 3.8 level of difficulty. The super hard with the full twist in the less complex tucked position.
And I would say showing us exactly what she's all about in this final. And the Singapore team have shown so much promise.
They don't always have the difficulty that gets them big numbers, but they do really compelling gymnastics, and it's gymnastics that they can handle. A very healthy looking piece of gymnastics, this. Executed very cleanly.
This is the biggest all-around final of her young career by some way.
Oh, see, look at that.
Proud of her sister. Abby watching on. And you see, you can't dampen the spirits of the Welsh team, no matter what the outcome is on the scoreboard.
Something.
That's a 12.5 score, and Alina Tan has added 2 full marks to her qualification score in this all-around final. Emily Roper goes into the gold medal position with a 50.35 total score. It's 11.2 though on floor. So 50.35 is the total that everyone else will try to get beyond. Amanda Yap, great performer on floor. We're going to see more of Emily at these games in the apparatus finals. We're going to see more of her in the future.
And let us not forget that for all of these gymnasts, this is their 8th full routine in 36 hours. That's a lot.
Philippa Buzatil of Malta.
And next in gold, representing Malta, Philippa Buzatil.
Round off entry vault. Very simple. Yurchenko holds the layout position nearly all the way through. Comes up with a very nice landing.
Now she is going to rest and recharge and have a day off and then get ready for the balance beam final on day 5 of the games. Philippa Buzatil enjoying the good fellowship of the gymnasts of this women's all-around final in the spirit of the friendly games.
Ice cream.
She scores 10.9 for her floor exercise.
Amanda Yap finishes with an all-round total of 47.3. The leader is still Emily Roper. Now let's see what Shantae Ramankwa delivers on floor. Could she push for the podium? 5th place with 1 performance to go. burst onto it. Here in Glasgow, that's what's happened to Shantae Ivamanqua.
The word for this routine is bubbly. The music suits her movement style so well, and the tumbling was on point.
Philippa Uzutil gets 11.6 score. That brings to a close her all-around competition. Ellie Cheetham. Incredible that she has made it after all that she has encountered, after that long period away from the sport. She said that she regretted the way that she retired. She wanted to go out on her terms. When she was in hospital after a surgical procedure that was very complicated, very problematic, she met a woman who told her, do all of the things that you never really finished. Well, she's just finished an all-around final at her home Commonwealth Games. Congratulations.
And in great style.
Into the gold medal position goes Shantae Ivamanqua, 51.55. A 13.05 score. Now that is going to be a tough target to go beyond for the other gymnasts. Of course, it does help if you're a World Championship medalist on floor. Here is Abby Martin of Team England, who was fantastic for her team yesterday at this exact moment on this exact apparatus. For her quest for glory in the floor final, Abby Martin of Team England. And she brings to a close her all-around competition.
She has come here with a brand new floor routine. In character, it's completely different from what she's shown us in the past.
Fifth place at the moment is Scotland's Ellie Cheetham. Crowd giving her warm applause. Cadence Te-Zerchi is going to finish her campaign.
And she caps things off with a very solid tucked Sukahara with a full twist. She glides in to this vault. Good mechanics, good rotation, and just a small step on the landing. She was right on.
The leader, Shantae Ivamanqua. She's in the gold medal position at the moment. England's Abby Martin. We look back at her tumbling work, which is so impressive.
Not only is it a new floor routine, it's a new opening tumbling pass for her. A double layout with a full twist on the second somersault. And she saves some of the most complex work for the end. A front layout with full twist, walking out of it and doing it through to a double tuck.
12 exactly. And for Cadence Tae-Zi, her campaign has come to a close after a very strong effort. Third place at the moment for Abby Martin, 12.6 on floor. It's the last performance for this brilliant young gymnast from Canada, Leah Monica Fontaine. She needs 11.9 plus to go into the lead. She's going to remember this day for a very long time. And we are all going to remember her, Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada. What a performance! Yap Kong Sien of Malaysia with her last performance.
Going to get a Yurchenko with full twist from her. Really nicely done. What a way to cap her day.
It's been a very good day for her, well up from qualification. Utterly embracing this huge occasion, delivering a display to do herself and her country proud.
Great technique on the full twist coming off of the table, and it leads to an excellent landing.
The leader at the moment is Shantae Amankwa of England. It's enough of that, she says. Focus on someone else, I've done my work. And we are all focused on how good this was.
The order of operations to this all-around final really favors her gymnastics. Her opening pass is simply explosive, a double twisting double tuck, and even though she will get a 1/10 of a point penalty for the foot out of bounds, I would expect her to blow past the 11.9 that she needs to take the lead.
We are soon to find out. And that is a 12.9 for a 49.7 for Yap, which is almost 3 marks better than qualification. Fantastic from the young Malaysian. She should be so proud. Yap is in the bronze medal position at the moment. Well, this is now the anxious wait for Leah Monica Fontaine. Emily Roper is in the silver medal position. We've got the warm-ups in progress at the moment for the gymnasts who are to perform in the second half. Easily goes into the gold medal position, Leah Monica Fontaine, with a 52.8 total score. So Amankwa is now in the silver medal position. Fontaine is leading the way. Roper is third. Ellie Black ready to go out there and deliver on floor, as she's delivered in so many all-around competitions. Imagine if she wins this 8 years after her first title.
She too has a new floor routine that she's debuted on the international stage here. And we've seen so many brilliant routines from Ellie Black in the past. This is amongst the best one artistically, if not the very best.
The leader is Canadian. At the moment, it's Leah Monica Fontaine. Will it remain that way? We've got a lot of big gymnasts to come. Shantae Amankwa of England is second. Emily Roper of Wales is third. Congratulations to Yap Kung Sien of Malaysia on a massive improvement. Statement performance from the teenager from Perak in the northwest of Malaysia. The last set of warm-ups have been completed. We move to the final performance in this all-around competition from the gymnast who won the gold medal 4 years ago in Birmingham. An incredible collection of medals at the Commonwealth Games for Georgia Godwin, who is also 7 times an all-around national champion. The crowd watches, the crowd waits. We all do, to see how this women's all-around final is going to conclude. Glasgow 2026. Over at the vaulting table, we have the New Zealander Courtney McGregor, who has made the vault final. She's made her dreams of a Commonwealth Games debut in Glasgow finally come true. What an inspiration to so many young gymnasts.
She's ending on her strongest apparatus. This will be a 1.5 twisting Yurchenko. Blind landing, really great.
And that will get her very motivated for tomorrow's vault final, which is the one she really wanted more than anything else, was to make that vault final. Georgia Godwin made a promise to herself many years ago that her retirement would only be on her terms. She came back from a very difficult Achilles injury that kept her out of the Olympic Games in Paris. The champion from Birmingham 2022 completes her all-around final in Glasgow here. someone that tells you that gymnastics is solely a sport for teenage athletes, tell them to actually watch some of it, because those days are long gone, and people like her are leading the way. The one and only Georgia Godwin, a true Australian sporting great. To wit, Courtney McGregor as well, the 27-year-old who's in 8th position at the moment.
Let's go.
21 making her Commonwealth Games debut, Zelmi Daris.
We're going to see a full twisting Yurchenko from her as well. Nicely executed. The most minute of hops on the landing.
The most enormous of smiles on completing a Commonwealth Games all-around final. She came in as a replacement for her own teammate.
Oh, sorry.
Gets to compete alongside her own sister, who she was just giving a hug to there. Well done, Georgia Godwin. How delighted we are to see you back.
Victory comes in all sorts of packages in elite gymnastics. The fact that she is here, that she is healthy and strong, that she is tumbling so well, that's a win.
She's into the bronze medal position as things stand.
Come on, Bray.
But of course, you have to have the next generation coming through. And one of them is leading, Monica Fontaine. Here is a 24-year-old at her 2nd Commonwealth Games and looking for her first individual honours. She's been brilliant so far. Good luck to Brianna Scott in 2nd place after the 3rd rotation. Australia, who has given it all to get onto the all-around podium. She needs in excess of 12.7 to go into the lead. She scored 12.75 in qualification.
In order for her to go into the lead, the difficulty of her routine is such that she needed to execute everything nearly perfectly.
Over to the judges. Zelmi Daris has done really well. 12.7 her vault score. Here's Christelle Lake. A last turn in this all-around final for her. She takes a moment afterwards to take it all in.
It's a great place for her to end. Yurchenko with 1.5 twists.
That's a great vault to end with, isn't it? Well executed. We are nearing conclusion.
She did very well to land this vault as nicely as she did, given that she was drifting quite far off to the left as she hit the table on the back handspring.
Brianna Scott, fantastic member of the Australian team, such a strong team as well.
And such polished work always on floor exercise. Real strength in holding that Cossack sit position. If you don't believe me, try it at home yourselves.
Is it enough for her to go into the leading edge? She's in the gold medal position. 12.8. She's gone into the lead by 0.1. Leah Monica Fontaine is in second place. 1/10 the gap. Well done, Brianna Scott. What a moment for her. Now, we witness the performance of Ruby Evans. The crowd knows how much she has given. And they respect and appreciate the tenacity and the pride in wearing the Welsh colours of Ruby Evans. Whether the numbers add up, the heart is at 100%. Same for her, Christopher Lake. She's loved every minute of the experience. Now to Naveen Darius of South Africa, who's loved competing alongside her younger sister for the first time at the Games, even though this is her third appearance.
She's demonstrated such composure tonight. Fitting that she ends with a very solid, secure Yurchenko goal.
She's competed at the Olympic Games. She's represented South Africa at 6 World Championships and 3 consecutive all-around appearances at the Commonwealth Games. Childhood best friend Caitlin Rooskrantz watching on from the crowd, having withdrawn from the final for health reasons, and her sister Zelma Darius taking her place. So it's all worked out wonderfully. It's now just a wait to see what score we get for Ruby Evans. She's in 5th position. last performance comes from a gymnast who excels in having the last word. Ellie Black looking to win the title 8 years after she took it for the first time. She needs in excess of 12.6 in qualification. She got 12.7. 12 years on from the Glasgow 2014 Games. 8 years on from the all-around title in Gold Coast. Ellie Black completes yet another all-around final at the Commonwealth Games. We're going to have either a 24-year-old or a 30-year-old winning the all-around title at the Commonwealth Games.
Save my friend. I was like, I'm toasted.
And how lovely that the last two champions embrace. There's the current leader. What an effort that was from Ellie Black. What an effort it always is from Ellie Black.
She put her heart and soul into that routine.
Oh, sorry.
Naveen Darius currently in 9th position. And there is now just one more score to come in.
Well done, Ellie. Oh, so much.
Absolutely. Full commitment, but isn't it always? And look at the gymnasts lining up to offer their appreciation to her.
It is a masterpiece of choreography, this. Such expressivity. Such terrific tumbling as well. On her final pass, she opted to do a half twist less than she usually does and a half twist less than she did last night. So her difficulty might be lowered just a shade.
It's Ellie Black! It's gold again! 8 years after her first all-around title at the Commonwealth Games, she becomes the first woman to win the title twice. Ellie Black is your Commonwealth Games champion. The 30-year-old. And enormous congratulations must go to Brianna Scott of Australia, who takes second place in the silver medal. It's Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada, who has won the bronze. Two gymnasts at totally different stages of their careers, sharing the honour of holding one of the greatest flags in world sport. And let Brianna Scott not be forgotten as part of this, and how wonderful that Georgia Godwin, the champion from 2022, holds the flag alongside her. Brianna Scott, you have worked and worked and worked for this moment. Take it all in. Leah Monica Fontaine Blythe, something of a breakout performance for her in terms of all-around gymnastics.
Absolutely phenomenal tumbling displayed in her last routine. A very well-deserved medal won.
The classified results in the women's all-around competition. Bronze to Leah-Monica Fontaine of Canada, silver to Australia's Brianna Scott, and the gold medal won by such a tiny margin by Ellie Black of Canada, 8 years after the first time she won it. Congratulations to every one of the 18. They've told their stories and they've entertained us. Glasgow 2026, the Commonwealth Games, and Canada remaining on top of the Commonwealth gymnastics world. Fantastic effort from Shantaiva Manqua of England. She really acquitted herself so well, and we have to say such commiserations to Ruby Evans and Emily Roper of Wales, who were very close and ended up ultimately in 6th and 7th place. Georgia Godwin completing the top 5. Truly, we were fortunate to witness that. Incredible quality and incredible resilience from some very senior gymnasts, proving that this truly was, as we said at the start, an all-around competition, all about longevity. But in order to have longevity, you've got to have the next generation coming through. Might be there. It certainly was on the competition floor. Leah-Monica Fontaine has played her part as a 16-year-old, because you need the youngsters to put pressure on the seniors to keep them motivated so that they keep getting better and better. And the seniors in turn inspire the youngsters and show them the way and act as role models. I think it's safe to say we've all been hugely entertained. Hope you were too. An absolutely amazing bit of entertainment, the women's all-around final at the Commonwealth Games. Let's look back at the finest moments. Coming up very soon, the medal ceremony for the women's all-around competition.
Well deserved. And has there been any highlights from the Commonwealth Games as a whole for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say my bars today was a PB for me, so I was really happy with that. So I was like, so yeah, it was nice to get through that.
Awesome ball for me were improvements from yesterday, so I'm really happy to see it. To be honest, after the gap out that I've had, everyone gets support.
Finally, Scotland has happened their real moment here in the Glasgow International Arena. Proven, making history. You guys smashed it just now in the all-around final. Do you have any words of encouragement for young, inspiring Scottish gymnasts?
Yeah, I just hope that people can see, how we performed and that they can believe in themselves and that they can be here one day too. I mean, big well done to Ruben, and I was so inspired to watch me and Ellie when our rooms this morning. We couldn't believe it. We're just so proud of all the boys and all the girls.
No matter how long your time off you have, you can always come back. That's what I'm going to leave with you all.
The medal ceremony is coming up in just 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere.
The medal ceremony for the women.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game on.
The medal ceremony for the
The
women's
medal
artistic
ceremony
gymnastics
for the
all-around
women's
final.
all-around competition in artistic gymnastics at Glasgow 2026. Such a close contest. We ended up with a gymnast winning on 53.05, second 52.9, third 52.8. Here is your podium.
The medals and kits will be presented by Executive Board Member, Commonwealth Sport,
Colonel
Botsang
Shinyego
Shinyego.
to present the medals.
And Corporate Services Manager, Team
And
Scotland,
His
Adrienne
fellow medal presenter,
Sunderland.
Adrienne Sunderland.
Bronze medalist, representing Canada, Monica Fontaine.
What a display from Monica Fontaine of Canada, and what promise for the future. She was the 5th best performer in qualification. She's made the most difficult jump of all to make, from contender to all-around medalist. Bronze to Monica Fontaine of Canada.
Silver medalist, representing Australia,
is Brianna Scott, their all-around national champion. She's for so long been a huge member of the team. She gets her international, individual moment of glory, and it's richly deserved. The silver medal to Brianna Scott.
Gold medalist and Commonwealth Games champion, representing Canada, Ellie Black.
Some things change and some things don't. Wherever there's a Commonwealth title to be won, Ellie Black is just around the corner. 8 years on from all-around gold in Australia, she becomes the first woman to win the all-around title at the Commonwealth Games more than once. She is the one, she is the only, she is Ellie Black, and she's your Commonwealth Games champion.
For those who are able to, please stand for the national anthem of Canada.
The medalists in the women's all-around competition in artistic gymnastics at Glasgow 2026.
Commonwealth Games medalists.
Congratulations to Ellie Black, Order of Canada, on a second title at the Games in this event, the first time it's ever happened. And it must be a rather special moment for her to be joined by one of the younger teammates she's helped mentor. Brianna Scott, fantastic performance. Third in qualification, silver when it really mattered. Two gymnasts, a generational shift. But when it's Canada, it always seems to result in victory. We have been hugely entertained by this women's all-around final at the Commonwealth Games. Only the apparatus finals remain on days 4 and 5. Much more gymnastics still to come at Glasgow 2026.
program has ended.